Okay, quickly, I'll be looking at these questions in permutation. We have number one question as evaluate 8 permutation 3. 8 permutation 3 becomes, using the formula, I have it as 8 factorial over 8 minus 3 factorial. And as we all know, this becomes 8 times 4, times 7 in this case, times 6 times 5 factorial over, now where 8 minus 3 is 5 factorial. This cancels this out. 8 times 7 times 6, whatever you get, that is your answer. So that is the answer, ways relatively. Now, that's number one. Number two question says, how many ways are there of arranging 3 different jobs between 5 men when any man can do only one job? Now, here we go again in permutation. To know it's a permutation question where you see 2 distinct quantities where we're talking about what? Jobs, and we're talking about men. And then where any man can do only one job. So there is attention given to how many jobs a man can do. Now in this case, I'm going to have that 5 permutation 3 here, where this becomes what? 5 factorial over what? 2 factorial. You should know I got this now. Leaving my answer to be what? Or leaving my solution to be 5 times 4 times 3. Whatever I get, ways. As simple as that. For number 3, in how many ways can 8 people be seated in a bench if only 3 seats are made available? Now, restriction is also given in this case. Only 3 seats are made available. 8 people, one bench. So in this case also, I have 8 permutation 3, which should give me my answer, as this, that ways. As simple as that. Now, so that's 8 times 7 times 6 ways. Finally, number 4 question is that if the mathematics department in a college has 5 members of staff and are to pose for a photograph by standing in a row, how many different arrangements are possible? We are looking at members of staff and they are to pose for a photograph standing in a row. Now, if they are standing in a row, this is a row. So that's the restriction there relatively. Now, if they are standing in a row, there will also be 5 number relatively, and we have 5 members of staff posing for a photograph standing in a row. So in this case here, I would have it as 5 permutation 5. Why? Because we have 5 members. They are posing for a photograph by what? Standing in a row. In a row, we have 5 of them. So that's why it's 5 permutation 5. In this case, it becomes 5 factorial over 5 minus 5 factorial. We have it as 5 factorial over 0 factorial. Remember, 0 factorial is 1. This gives me 5 factorial. 5 factorial, after multiplying, you should get 120 or so, most likely. So that should be 120 ways. And that is all about that.